Lucy stops by Kira's place in Orphan Black, echoes episode 7 since she can't seem to find Jules. After Eleanor finds out the truth, Lucy leaves covertly to locate Jules on her own. Eleanor is enraged, thus we witness a conflict between her and Kira. She thinks that Kira, of all people, should be aware of the risks associated with human cloning and that one should never play with death. She walks away after refusing to listen to Kira. Xander apologizes to Paul Darrows for sabotaging the strategy in the interim. In an attempt to win over Darrows, he makes a fix-it pledge. He shows Jules the printer they were printed on while feigning to grab the master key. In an attempt to console her, he explains that Buddhism holds that all bodies, including printouts, have souls. She tries to explain to him that he is a prisoner because he is unable to leave the premises, but he won't listen. When she realizes she still uses narcotics, she gives him some. She snatches the master key from him as he falls and flees. Regarding Xander, he observes Darrows tending to his ailing sister. Jules steals the menacing-looking chip from Darrows' office, turns off the sound barrier, and leaves. Though irritated by the events, Darrows instructs Tom to follow Jules since she would guide them to Lucy. Lucy sees Pam after learning about her from Neva at another location. The therapist continues, explaining that Darrows is untouchable, Jules has a higher purpose, and she is with him. Lucy merely knocks her out and returns to Kira, who is in a panic since Eleanor has been receiving a plasma treatment covertly to stall the onset of Alzheimer's. Lucy reassures her that Eleanor will be found, but Kira is necessary to defeat Darrows. After coming to terms with the fact that she must let go of the previous Eleanor, Kira sets to work. Printout Eleanor visits with Lucas in the interim and informs him of her Alzheimer's. When Lucy arrives, he is already inconsolable, and Eleanor ends up telling him the whole truth. He becomes angry and leaves, believing that printouts are immoral. Eleanor, who feels like a fraud, is consoled by Lucy. She says that all that matters is that printout Eleanor's memories of the original should bring her happiness. When they come to discuss Lucy's long violent memory, Eleanor explains that it is of their father's passing. He killed himself with the bloody knife that young Eleanor discovered because he was depressed. Regarding Jules, she discovers a stray dog with a tracker from a neighboring shelter. She contacts Craig as they make their way to a rest area. In exchange for a favor, Jules assists the dog's terrified owner. Tom arrives after she and the dog depart with Craig. After learning about the tracker from the owner of the rest stop, he believes he has struck gold. Concurrently, Craig and Jules converse. He reassures her that it doesn't matter where they come from, what matters is where they go, even though she feels like a freak show. She calls Lucy to the dockyard and vows to fight back. When it comes to Xander, Darrows takes a harsh stance, thinking that if he can't even persuade Jules, then he isn't a flawless replica and can't continue his lineage. When Xander inquires about their sister, Darrows doesn't even bother to answer. Xander gathers his belongings and walks out, unhappy. When the dog eventually finds its way to the dockyard, Tom uses Jules as bait. Lucy and Eleanor smash their car into his before he can exit it. As the dog chews Tom's severed ear, they leave. Kira is informed by Lucy while she examines Josh's laptop. He doesn't know what Darrows wants, and he has records of the time he printed Xander. Kira chooses to meet with Emily and informs her about Josh's participation. Emily asks her to disclose everything at the end of Orphan Black, echoes episode 7 before pulling her revolver. The review of the episode. Whoops, Emily's betrayal of us was a plot twist we did not anticipate. I suppose she can only do so much to assist Lucy and Kira. Or had it always been a charade to gain Kira's trust and divulge private information? It makes sense in retrospect because she was never opposed to obtaining Lucy. She just didn't want to murder her, which gave us hope that Emily